Hello and welcome to another fantasy football tournament series number 68 and the first one that I've had in 3 months. I believe it's the first in 2019 that I've made. Yes, I'm booting the series. And here I have the Confederations Cup of Champions. So all the participants in this tournament are teams, countries that have won the FIFA Confederations Cup and countries that have the best overall record in the tournament. In the 10 editions of the tournament held since 1992, there have been 6 different winners, and for the other 2 spots, because I wanted to have a nice round even number like 8, I went with the 2 teams that have the best record in the tourney that have not won it. And it's basically in the same format of the typical Confederations Cup, 2 groups of 4. The best 2 teams go through, semifinals, third place, final. And this is sort of a sad video because I think it's been confirmed as of last month that the Confederations Cup is no more. FIFA have disbanded it in favor of a 24-team Club World Cup, which will take place, I think, in the summer of 2021. So 2017 was indeed the last edition, or so it seems. So let's go through the participants. I did my own random draw beforehand with seeds and everything. In Group A, we have France, who were the 2001 and 2003 Confederations Cup winners. Mexico, 1999 World Confederations Cup winners. Australia, who finished as runners-up in 1997, and I think they finished third place in another edition. Argentina, who won one of the earlier editions in 1992, I believe. And Group B, we have Brazil, who have won a record 4 Confederations Cups in 1997, and then 3 in a row between 2005, 2009, and 2013. Germany, the current and last champion of 2017. USA, who came runners-up in 2009, and I believe came in third place in another edition, at least according to the Wikipedia. Australia and the USA are the 2 most successful teams in the Confederations Cup history that have not won it, so that's why I included them. And we have Denmark, who were FIFA Confederations Cup champions in the 1990s under, I think it was 1992 or 1995. So yeah, let's jump right in. Again, in Group A, it's France, Mexico, Australia, Argentina. In Group B is Germany, Brazil, Germany, USA, and Denmark. So in the opening game, I've gone with a 3-1 win for France over Mexico, and I've gone with a 2-0 win for Argentina over Australia. Between France and Australia, these 2 teams met each other in the 2018 World Cup, where France edged it out 2-1. It was a game that Australia pushed France a little too close for comfort, and if more or less the same squads were to meet up, I think Australia would get a result this time. They would grind out a sort of a shithousery 1-1 draw. And then between Argentina and Mexico, I'm going to go, because of the form the current teams are in, because Argentina, they're still transitioning under Scaloni, and he's probably going to be gone after the Copa America unless they win it and he gets a contract extension. But they still got the stain of the Sampaoli tenure on them and the disappointment from last summer's World Cup. So I'm going to go with a draw here. I think Mexico would get it. It would be a match similar to the Brazil-Mexico game in the 2014 World Cup. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. 0-0 draw. Then Mexico versus Australia. I'm going to go with a 4-2 victory for Mexico. High-scoring game. A lot on the line. And then between Argentina and France, no revenge for Argentina. France victorious once again, 2-0. So I have France topping the group with 7 points. Got Mexico in second, 4 points. Argentina in third, also on 4 points. And Australia in last with 1 point. I don't think Australia ends with 0 points here. Nah. Mexico goes through via the tiebreaker of number of goals scored. 5 goals scored to Argentina's 2. Again, just I like how Mexico have started off under Martino in the 2019 calendar year. Argentina, they still don't look good. The 3-1 loss to Venezuela, the narrow 1-0 victory over Morocco, really lackluster in the last World Cup, so I have them going out here. So France and Mexico advance. Moving on to Group B with Brazil, Germany, USA, and Denmark. Wow. Brazil, with the memory of 7-1 still alive. We know how Germany has been doing the last few months. Brazil did not look so hot in the last international break. However, I think my oh my how the tables have turned. I'm going to go with Brazil to beat Germany here. And they'll do so quite emphatically. It won't be 7-1, but I'm going to go with a 4-0. I'm going with the 4-0 for Brazil over Germany. Germany don't look too good lately. They had a little bit of a morale booster of a victory over the Netherlands in Euro 2020 qualifying, but they still look like a shell of their former selves. I think Brazil just have too much quality, and I don't think Leroy Sané up front can do it by himself, especially on the left-hand flank without that support system. And coming up against Tite's Brazil, who concedes very few goals to begin with, I would think Brazil in this scenario would get revenge. So I'm going with 4-0 for Brazil. Between USA and Denmark, I'm going to go with a 1-0 for Denmark. I mean, Denmark's a better team. Sometimes they have a tendency to play to their opponent's level. But one thing about Denmark that you have to say is that they've been very efficient under Oga Harita. So they should beat the US here. I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory, though. I don't think it would be that stark. Brazil versus USA. Yeah, we never perform well against Brazil. They usually give us a rout. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory here for Brazil. I'll give us a goal through Weston McKennie, who should have scored in that friendly last October, but Brazil's just way too strong for us. I don't think we would be able to handle them. 3-1 Brazil. And then between Denmark and Germany, I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Denmark here, guys. Again, Germany, the current form that they're in, and Denmark, right now, they're arguably a top 15 side in the world. So Denmark wins this match, 2-1. Germany versus the U.S. Germany would beat us in a competitive game. They usually do whenever we meet up. I know the U.S. has beaten them a couple of times from the Jurgen Klinsmann era. We beat them in 2013 and in 2014 in 2 friendlies, but friendlies are friendlies. They're not the same as competitive fixtures. Case in point, we lost to Germany at the 2014 World Cup. It was a respectable loss of 1-0. We also lost to them 1-0 at the 2002 World Cup. So I'm going to say Germany will win this match. They'll still exit the tournament, but they'll exit with a victory. 2-1, though. I think for some reason, whenever we play Germany, we do actually push them close. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Germany. And then between Denmark and Brazil, both of these teams at this point will have already advanced past with 6 points. So the winner here would win the group. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Brazil. I think they're a little bit too strong for Denmark. So we've got Brazil on top of the group with 9 points. Denmark in second with 6 points. Germany in third, 3 points. USA in last with 0 points. And then Germany and USA are out. And Brazil and Denmark go through. So the semifinals. I have France versus Denmark and Brazil versus Mexico. France and Denmark met each other at the World Cup. They drew each other 0-0 in the group stages. But I'm going to go with a victory for France here. A high-scoring game, 3-2. 3-2 for France over Denmark. And then between Brazil and Mexico, two teams with a lot of history with each other. Mexico tends to match up well with Brazil, but I'm going to go with a victory here for Brazil of 1-0. Just 1-0. In the third place game between Denmark and Mexico, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, and for Denmark to win 4-3 on penalties. Schmeichel coming up clutch in the end. So 1-1, Denmark wins on penalties 4-3. Mexico will finish in fourth. Denmark gets the bronze. And then the final between France and Brazil. France versus Brazil in the final. I'm going with a 1-0 victory. I don't think there would be very many goals here. 1-0 victory for France. So I have France winning the Confederations Cup of Champions, the current world champions. So France in first, Brazil in second, Denmark in third, Mexico in fourth. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you all soon, God willing. Until then, guys, have a good one. Much love, and peace out.